Are we live? Hello, amazing spiritual empowering entrepreneurs. How are you all? Today, I have a very special guest. Before I actually dive in, I'd like to welcome all the new people who are here in the group that has joined us this week. I am your host of the Maximum Process. I am a spiritual life coach, a past life regression therapist, and a holistic business coach. And I have an amazing guest with me today who is CJ Beyond, and her name is Kathy Joe Beyond. And Kathy is a woman empowerment mentor. So what else could I say about that? And she's also she is a power queen, a wonderful goddess who helps women with their mindset, building their momentum, growing, and having that impact that they truly deserve, basically. And she will be sharing with us her amazing, inspiring story behind the scenes. And like I always say, every spiritual entrepreneur has a story behind their service. It's not something that we just wake up to every day and say, hey, be a coach, a therapist, enter a spiritual entrepreneur. There is something that is that true, passionate calling within ourselves that gives us that true, amazing, inspiring impact to reach out to people and serve and help them see the light in themselves. And today, CJ is going to tell us her amazing story of how it all started happening. And when I heard her story, I was truly, truly blown away. And it's an amazing story that I'm sure that many of you will really, really relate to. She is a wonderful woman entrepreneur that's shining her light. And her story is one of those kinds that you will say, wow, how did you do that? So, CJ, the stage is yours.
All right. For me, it was one of those things where it was, I lived my whole entire life under the thumb of someone else, always thinking that I was only as good as somebody else told me and that I could only accomplish what somebody else told me I was capable of doing. And when people would ask me, who are you? I would always answer, I'm just a wife. I'm just a mom. I'm just an employee. And I kind of just resonated and hit home with me like, I'm just this. I'm nothing. I don't know who I am as a woman, as a person, as a human. I have all these labels attached to me, and that made me feel like I wasn't worthy. It made me feel like I didn't have anything that was just myself. And so I had always been an employee, and I worked for a boss who was a narcissist and told me I would never amount to anything. I did a great job as his employee, but I would never be able to build a business and do anything on my own. And I was like, screw this. I need to do something that's just for me. So I had been laying the groundwork in the background. I had bought a building and I wanted to open this cafe. And so I put on Facebook, I quit my job on a Friday. I was opening Monday morning and I dove in, head first. And I had every one of my kids and like 863 people like and comment on there. And every single one of my kids called me and said, Mom, what the hell are you doing? And I said, I've always told you guys, go big or go home. And I'm not living that for my own life. And so I dove in head first and I decided that I needed to recreate myself. I needed to have something that was just for me to do that would really embrace who I was as a person. So having this cafe was like, I got to set my own hours. I got to be my own boss. I got to do all the things that I wanted to do without somebody else telling me what to do. But what I quickly realized is that yeah, I was doing what I wanted to do, but I had like 40 jobs. I didn't have a steady paycheck coming in. I had nobody helping me. I didn't have a bankroll background. I just literally had to open the doors every day and pray to God that enough people came in so that I could turn on the lights the next day and do the thing. And so I was sitting there excited because I was celebrating. Yes, I've opened my own business. I'm on my boss, but then I was like, there's still something missing. This can't be all that there is. I have my business and I should be the happiest girl in the world, but I was like, there's still something missing. And so I really started to get true and honest with myself and go within. And I kept asking source. I'm like, there's got to be something different. There's got to be something more. And it's like, when you ask the universe for something and you believe, and the universe comes in full force. Well, pandemic swooped in, and lo and behold, I was told I had to close my cafe. And I was like, oh man, now what am I going to do? I don't have this income coming in. I still have the bills coming in. In the meantime, because I wasn't dealing with my own trauma from childhood and all the things, my marriage of 21 years self-imploded, and my youngest son of 7 was leaving for the Air Force. So I was no longer a hands-on 24/7 mom. And now my cafe closed. So all these labels that I had that had given me value and worth were suddenly gone. And I was like, okay, who am I? What am I? What is my value? What is my worth? And at 47 years old, I was like, for the first time, I really started trying to figure out who I was. And I really got quiet and I really started thinking about those labels I had attached to myself. And I realized, there's so many women out there who have self-imposed labels, or they let society put a label on them, and that's what their value and worth is, but they really have no idea who they are as a person, as a human, as a woman, and what they want out of their lives. So that's when I really dove into the inner work and started really uncovering where all those limiting beliefs came from, who I really was, and what my desire was. And it landed really hard for me that I'm not the only woman who feels this way, and it's my duty, it's my obligation, it's my responsibility to help other women see that they are more than just some label that they've had on their head for decades.
And I totally agree with you. There are so many women out there that literally just self-sabotage themselves, putting themselves in a limited belief in a box they can't get out of. So they're like their mums, right? Their partner, spouse, or a wife. They have the responsibilities to hold responsible for their families, right? But they forget who they are. They forget how powerful we women are when it comes down to putting ourselves out there.
Absolutely.
And like I said, it's not their fault either, because this is something that has been literally in generations, as coming from all different backgrounds. Women have always been the ones that are pushed down. You can't do this, you can't do that, you're a woman. You can't have a business, you can't be confident, you can't be responsible, etc., etc. All these things that they've always said to women, right? And growing up as well, and where the mothers have been in the same situation, because that's how they were brought up. So they would come into a place where they're bringing their children up in that kind of way. So basically, it's like you said, it's the actual limited beliefs that they actually have within themselves. When they actually connect with that power within, they actually start to see that there's more than what they can actually see. There's more than what they can accomplish. And when they actually connect with that power, then they actually start to see the shift in the miracles in their life.
Absolutely.
So I definitely relate with that, because it's somewhere where someone has, they have a vision, but they feel that is so far away from them that it's not possible.
And I think fear is a huge factor. I mean, it's the unknown. It's, you know, you've done all these things, you've told what you can and cannot do for so long, and you think that you're only capable of so much. So a lot of women lie in fear because they're like, I've never done something like that. I've never stepped out of my comfort zone. I've never done anything but be a wife, a mother, an employee, a caretaker, taking care of my family. And so a lot of women, they don't know what the next step is to get out of that fear. And they just, you know, we don't know what we don't know. So I think that's what's really important, is understanding that those limiting beliefs that we've taken on have been passed down from generations. Our moms did the best they could with what they knew, and they learned that from their moms who did the best from what they knew. And it's up to us to break that cycle, to break that mold, and to make our daughters and their daughters realize there's so much more out there for us as women.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And it's women are in an energy of peace frequency and light and collaboration together, whereas men are in a fight frequency. So I always feel that, you know, we should be uniting together as a collective, you know, to help one another and give each other a hand. So rather than being in that fight frequency, sharing our light together, so that we could actually bring in our visions and reality of a world that we want to see.
Absolutely.
And my husband said, he said, if all the women, right, were actually in charge of the world and all the governments, right, the world would be a better place. If more men and just women are going to be doing all that stuff, it wouldn't be politics anymore.
Exactly. I think you touched on something amazing too, that it's collaboration. You know, I was born and raised in an area where it's like you're in a competition with other women. They can't be your friends. It's a dog eat dog world, stab you in the back, that type of thing. So I grew up being friends with the boys because they didn't have that mentality as far as, you know, a fight for your life to get the best, to be the best, to be the most seen. And when I stepped into the community of women who are all about collaboration, all about celebrating one another's wins, it totally flipped the lid for me as far as how powerful we as women are when we link arms and we lift one another up and we celebrate one another and we collaborate with one another. We get things done so much faster instead of like, oh my gosh, I have to do it all alone. And I think women just need to understand that, you know, most women want to be a part of a team. Most women want to be an integral piece to the bigger whole. And that's what our job is to help everybody shine their light, because everybody's light is needed. We don't need a one size fits all society. We need everybody's little individual light and gifts in order to make the world a better place as a whole. And that's what our job is to help other women to realize their gifts and to be able to shine that. And when we step out and we do that, we kind of give them the permission slip in the background for them to go, okay, if she can do it, so can I. There's nothing special about her. If she can do this, I can do this too. And that's why it's so important to just show up every single day and be who you are. And you don't know who's watching. You don't know who's going to have that little seed of hope planted that day when they hear your voice or they see your video. So it's just really important to be authentic and be real and genuine and just show up.
Yes. Every word, I truly agree with you. And yeah, it is, if you want, you know, you're not alone, right? You're not alone in this world. You're not alone on your journey, wherever you are. You're not alone if you're a spiritual entrepreneur trying to find her journey, right? We are here together. And I always say this is a friendly community, right, that I want you guys to communicate with, have that soul level energy where you could find your soul tribe.
Yeah.
And one thing that I always say, there are actually other spiritual business coaches in this group, right, that are doing similar work as me. But what, like CJ said, we are not in a competition with each other. We are all individual and unique in our own individual way. And if someone is connected with your energy frequency, like I always talk about the soul clients. So if anyone is connected with your energy frequency, they are your soul clients. And if they're not in line with you, then that's okay. They don't have to be. They don't have to be. Not everyone will be on the same energy frequency. And that's what I always talk about with your soul clients connecting with you and connecting with your power then so that you can reach professional growth. With that said, CJ is actually saying that it's okay, right? We're all in this together. We all have gone through journeys. We've all have gone through traumas. We have all gone through experiences. All of them have been individually. Obviously, everyone has a story. But we all want to have the support. Women don't like to be alone. They like to be together and have fun and really connect with like-minded people who have that same energy frequency as them. To say, hey, it's okay, you know, I'm here with you, sister. I know how it is. I know how it feels. Even though, yes, we do need our spaces sometimes to be alone, but women like to have it's like this, it's been like this for generations. They always want to have a group of people that they can have fun and enjoy their life. People who understand them on that soul level. And like CJ, you said that, you know, to share their light in the world, basically. And I think the more that we actually do this, and the more we actually put our messages out there to actually communicate with each other, the more we will share that light. And it's okay to say, yes, I want to do this too. It's okay to say, yes, I want to share my light. And it's not impossible, right? Even the word impossible, there's a secret mind hack to that word. And I always say, good job for that guy doing it as well, which is I'm possible when you break up the two letters. So it's like everything in the system, right, has like put us into this robot reprogramming mindset that, you know, it's impossible. There's no such thing as miracles. You can't achieve this. You can't do that. You're a woman, and etc., all these things where when you look from another window, from the other side, you actually see, wow, hey, how did they get there, right? So you're questioning yourself, if I can do it, you can do it, right? Mm-hmm. CJ can do it and I can do it. We're making an impact, connecting with wonderful women, sharing our gifts and helping them to see their light inside of them. And it's possible for you too.
I like to say the analogy of, you know, when you're at like a huge concert and people like they flip their lighters and all of a sudden you see all these lights coming on and it's like this wave of lighters lit up. And that's what we are. We are the light that's shining, and each of us, when we shine our light, we're, you know, flicking the light on in every single other person. And I think it's also important for women to understand that we could be having the same message, but the energy in which I say it is different than which you say it. And somebody might not resonate with my voice, my energy, but when they hear it from your voice and your energy, it might be like, oh, I get it now. So a lot of people are like, well, there's so many people doing it in the market. There's so many mindset coaches. There's so many visualization coaches. There's so many XYZ. You are your own individual, authentic person, and somebody out there is searching for what only you have. So it's very important for you to give yourself permission to step up your game and be out there and be seen and be heard, because somebody needs you. It's your responsibility to be able to be yourself so that that person can have the ability to be themselves as well.
Yes, that is so true. It is. It's definitely, and like you said, it could be that the message right? So the way you approach it, right, would be different, and that person would understand from your reflection of the message.
Yeah.
So they say, yeah, I understand what she's saying now. She is in line with me. That message that she's actually giving out, she's talking to me. Whereas if I was to say exactly the same thing as what you said, it wouldn't be reflecting to that person because they are not in the energy frequency that I am. So that energy frequency is actually the combination of attracting the right energy to work with on that soul level. So it comes down to really, really connecting with who you are, who your soul client is, and how do you speak to your soul client as well. So even the words that you use, the method that you talk about, how you actually put it into position. And as you start to create your brand, you are talking to those people who know exactly what you're talking about. So those are the people who say, yes, CJ is the coach that I need to work with, right? So when you hear her saying something, even that one word will say, yes, that's who I want to work with. So it's like clicking sort of energy, as I explain it. It's like that click, that aha moment that you will have with just one word.
It's like when you hear somebody say something and that, the hair stand up on the back of your neck or you get the goosebumps, that's when you know that's your person.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it in an energy frequency. Definitely. It's that burning flame fire, where I actually say it, inside of you that you have when you have that attraction.
Absolutely.
And joy you feel. So basically, a mentor, a coach, a therapist, both sides need to be in a communication to get the best results. That's what I always say. And I'm the sort of coach that a therapist that goes into a call. I do complimentary sessions. I like to give value to my client, to my prospective client before they go to work with me. That's my method that I do. So I would go into one of those complimentary sessions with my clients, my prospective client, obviously, and I would give them the value. A taste of how it's like to work with me, helping them on specific topics that they need to have help with. And at the end, if I don't feel that we are a good fit, I say it, CJ. Yeah. I say that we are a good fit to work together because I don't feel that, you are ready for this.
Right.
But one thing that I do, I say, okay, maybe I can help you in another way and refer you to somebody.
Yeah.
That can help you. So, and I do that. So you guys keep on promoting. So I might have someone come up and I could say, hey, I know somebody that can help you with what you need right now. So it's like, and I know wonderful, amazing coaches, therapists. Some of them are my clients. Some of them are people that I have met throughout 6.5 years. It's almost coming to 7 that I've been on social media. And yeah, that's what I mean. It's the collaboration that we have together to support each other. And, it's just not just me, but it's what do we need to be that best version of ourselves and put ourselves out there. But the connection is very important. So I'm that kind of person, I'm sure that you are too, that if you don't feel that connection with somebody, you'll say, we're not a good fit.
Absolutely. And I think I think it's important for somebody who's looking for a coach or a mentor to understand too, if you have somebody out there who's just willing to work with just anybody, that's not the person you want, because they're not going to meet you where you are, and being in a space where you are confident in your gifts and your skills and the service that you want to provide for your clients, and being willing to say, I don't have what you need, but I know somebody who can help you. That's truly being of service. That's truly having the impact that you want to have on this planet, because not everybody can work with one person, and one person doesn't have the gifts and the skills and the energy that every single person needs. And to be in a space where you're not like you said, oh, me, I want to work with everybody, I want to bring all this money in, and then give half-ass value. You want your clients to get the 110% of what you have to offer. And so being able to say, I don't have what you need, but I have somebody who can, it really stands in your integrity, and it shows your true value and your true wanting to be of service in the highest good.
Yes, yes. And it's the connection that you have as well. I mean, when you actually connect with someone that you feel that alignment with, you know that that person will be your next referral. You know that that person will be that person who will get that 100% results with you.
Absolutely.
And it comes with, you know that that person will go through with the program, the strategy, the techniques, the methods that you use to help them with their life, their transformation, their personal or business growth in whatever you do in your industry.
Absolutely.
So it's very, very important. I mean, I always say that, I don't want to work with everybody, right? It's like, no, that's not, because I know, I mean, back in the past, when I actually first started, I experienced really crazy stuff. And I was actually seeing, because I was not working with my sole client that I didn't really, really relate with, I was here, there, and everywhere. And I was actually seeing that people weren't valuing what I'm actually giving to them as well as they do now that I'm actually aligned with my clients. We are on the same frequency together and we understand each other. Like you said, the message that you give, the words that you use, these are so important, because it's like if I talk about universal abundance, right, in my way, you might not get it. But if CJ talks about universal abundance, you're like, yes, now I understand it. That is the energy frequency that you have the attraction with a client and a coach or a mentor that is connected with you. So, CJ, I know that you have an amazing program that you would like to share with us. I think you have 3 programs. 2 programs.
I have 2 programs, and then I have a TV program as well.
Yeah. So if you could give us some info about those.
Okay, so really out of my own journey of, rediscovering. And, I think a lot of people miss the boat when they say you need to become the person you want to be. No, you need to get rid of the limiting beliefs, and you need to come back to who you are at the core level, at the soul level, at your, integrity level. And that's what my Queen by Design program is. It's basically my brainchild of, my story, how I went inside and uncovered the limiting beliefs that I had taken on, and then tools in which to, crack that wide open, get rid of those limiting beliefs, reframe them, and then anchor in new beliefs that are really of your core value, what you want to accomplish, who you want to be. And it's really a program to remind you of who you are. So it's, getting rid of the chinks in the armor and really becoming the person that you are. And then all of the programs that I have are basically, it's kind of the same idea, but a lot of people look at it in a different way. So Queen by Design is unleashing who you are and really stepping up and helping you build a business in the way that you want, building your personal brand, being aligned with your soul clients, tapping into a high ticket, high profit offer, and having automation and you know, your personal brand to be able to build a legacy income. That's my Queen by Design. And then I also have Awaken the Warrior Within, which is really digging much deeper into uncovering those chinks in your armor, because when we're born, we're this amazing warrior. We have all this awe and wonder and joy about the world. And then as we grow up, people put chinks in our armor because they're like, oh, you're not smart enough, or you're not good enough, or you can't do that. And those chinks, we need to uncover those chinks. We need to hammer them out. And so going through the Awaken the Warrior program allows you to really uncover those chinks and really just forge a new set of armor for yourself. Really step out into the world and the person that you want to be. And it gives you all the tools that you need to continue to be that person every single day, to choose intentionally to be your absolute best warrior every single day. And then out of those programs, I get a lot of guests on my show. I have a show called Awaken the Warrior with CJ on Phoenix TV app. It streams on Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick, and by June it'll be in 100 countries. And I'm always looking for guests who are, you know, people who have been in situations in their lives where they've had that rock bottom moment and they're like, okay, I'm just done. I don't want to go on. And then something happens where they get that download from source, or they really tap into the inside, and that warrior inside is like, okay, I know that I'm meant for more than this. And then we talk about what that was for them, how to awaken that warrior, and again, how to consciously choose every single day to be intentional about putting your best foot forward and being that every single day. Because I truly believe that if you don't know your own gifts and you aren't using your gifts in the most powerful way intentionally with your core values and your integrity every day, you're not only doing a disservice to yourself, but you're doing a disservice to the Creator who created you with a special gifts, with a special purpose that He gave only you. And we all need to be able to step into that with, you know, this unwavering self-confidence and the ability to go through and to do the things. And it's our, like I said in the beginning, it's our duty and our responsibility to show up not only for ourselves, but to be able to impact the planet in a way that we are leaving this planet better than what it was when we came onto it. That's our duty. It's all of our duties and our responsibilities to really tap into that warrior and speak it out and figure out ways for it to come forth and to continue to be the best person that you can be. Because if we band together and we all, you know, awaken the warrior within, we really can change the trajectory of the planet. And it's our duty and responsibility to leave it a better space than what it was when we came into it.
Wow, I totally agree with you, soul sister. I can definitely say that. Yeah, like I said to you the other day, when I hear you speak, I hear myself speak.
That's alignment.
So, if you would like to communicate with CJ, I've also sent the links above, and she's also, if you're a beginner watching the replay, if you have any additional questions or you'd like to contact her, you're welcome to put your comments down here as well so she can communicate with you.
Awesome.
Too, and it was a pleasure to have you today.
I appreciate you so much.
We enjoyed it. We could go on for
hours
talking, you know, but we don't want to keep them too long so we can get the excitement and finding more about you as well. So if you guys want more info, and you know where to go.
Awesome.
So thank you very much. It was amazing. It was a great pleasure to have you with me today.
Thank you so much.
We're looking forward to collaborating with you and seeing you around. So love and light. Take good care. Bye, everybody, and I'll see you soon. I've also got some pop-up offers coming up, so make sure that you actually see those. And I've got a big surprise coming soon, so watch out for that. I am doing some special things coming on, so I'm not going to give you all the details. You just have to watch out and find them out for yourself. Okay, so love and light, and I will see you guys sooner than you think. So love and light, and bye for now.